Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man ZX Advent. In the last part we did a metric shitload of side quests, but now that we have the green card we can access 2 of the 3 levels that are available to us at this point in the game. On the left or right of this particular room we got the absorber last part. We're starting by heading to the left because there's a really good upgrade for us very early on in this stage. And this stage is a little unique for a pretty good reason.
It's me, Mikhail. About the information we found on you in the Legion's database. It appears that someone hacked in from the outside and erased it. It had to be Albert. We did all we could to pinpoint the location of the hacker, but the network response is slow in the area you're in. Can you see a large computer facility in that area?
Computer facility? No, I can't see anything from here.
I'm afraid we can't do anything else. Now it's up to you. If you can find the computer used to do the hacking, there may still be some data on it. The missing data on you is one of the only clues there are left to track down Albert.
The computer used to hack my data could be around here? Okay, I'll look for it. Out of the 3 stages we now have access to, though, this is easily the most dangerous, so I could recommend taking this one on last. But I'm actively backtracking because I remembered I should probably activate Waterfall Ruins 1's warp point for a very specific reason. What reason is that? How do you guys like handling levels in reverse in some regards? Because that's what we're doing.
Wait right there! I don't care who you are! But I can't allow you to continue any further!
A pseudoroid? Are you in league with Albert?
That's right! Call me Argyle! And he's my other half, Ugoyle! We will defend this area with our lives!
I see! So the computer used to do the hacking is in there!
Do you think you can break through our defenses? Then come on, Megaman Model A! Let me show you the way to the netherworld! End of the line for you.
Argyle and Ugoyle are interesting that they're the only boss in the game that's 2 bodies at once, and because of that they have 3 health bars, which is pretty rare for bosses in this game. They constantly mirror each other's moves. When one jumps, the other does. When one moves left and right, the other moves left and right. The big thing they're going to do occasionally is jump on the pillars on either side of the screen, at which point they're going to do most of their attacks, be it throwing mines between each other and various combos. The big thing you need to look out for is Ugoyle kicking them, which will increase the amount of them as well as give them a big energy barrier. And this attack, where they send one back and forth between them as they fall down the screen, at this point what's going to happen is that the one that they just kicked is going to go to the center of the screen and send out a bunch of energy. The safe spots are just slightly to the left and right of the center of the screen, and I believe the extremes. Also, they each only have a bar and a half of health, so they die kind of quick.
You! Me! We're broken!
No!
You managed to win this battle, but you won't survive this war!
To leave Pseudoroid standing guard, Albert must really not want anyone to see what's in there.
I'm sure that computer is this way. Let's go!
Argyle and Ugoyle are easily my least used A-trains in the game, only because you get them so late. Great, take a good look over there. There's something on the other side of that wall. Press the attack button and Argyle can throw bombs. Press the other attack button and release it to summon Ugoyle. Ugoyle can pass through obstacles and get items behind walls. Press the button you use to summon Ugoyle to make Ugoyle kick. If you time it right, you can have Ugoyle kick a rock bomb that Argyle throws. Also, you can adjust the throw trajectory of the rock bombs by pressing up or down on the D-pad. Rock bombs are designed to bounce once before exploding, so practice to use this to your advantage. The rough thing is, in concept, I like Argyle and Ugoyle's transformation a lot. You start as one, you just have a multi-ranged weapon that you can jump to throw even further, and you can summon your brother to either reach through walls or extend your own attack. And if you use him on the bombs, you get a pretty decent projectile out of it. It's just, there's better projectiles at this point in the game. I think if they had reordered the pseudoroids so that Argyle and Ugoyle were like in the second set, they could be more useful. Otherwise, for me, they just really only get used as secret disc grabbing tools, honestly. Like that one secret disc we saw back in the scrapyard, you use them to get it. With that said, the level isn't over, of course, because we only started with the boss fight. And the unique thing about the Waterfall Ruins, which I believe, by the way, I believe this is where you would find one of the lilies if you wanted to go here to get that. This is one of the only levels in the game that you can use Thetis to pretty good effect because you'll use him to swim through certain waterfalls for one. But the main mechanic of this level comes in on this next screen. In this screen, I'm moving left at first, but you can go left or right to reach the end of the level. Because this screen and the two screens that surround it are connected by the exit screen as a giant ring. You'll just constantly move in a circle if you move left and right. But I want to come to the left first, swim up this waterfall, and come in here for, I believe, the final of the game's life ups? If it's not the last, it's the second last, but I think that's the last one. That looks like a maxed out health bar. But now I want to move to the right. The main reason comes in with what screens lie at the extreme left and right ends of the pathway. The left side has an underwater pathway that you use Thetis for that has extremely tight platforming if you don't use Chrono Force, and even then using Chrono Force is still pretty tight. Surrounded by instant kill spikes. I don't like it, it's hard. I would rather just go to the right for a much more sensibly difficult section where we need to avoid spikes a different way. I like this level for what it tries to be. I figure, though, that it could have been more interesting if they made you use completely different ability sets. And maybe didn't have the main punishment be spikes in either case. Because I love Inti Creates. I think their Mega Man games are usually good. Because there's some evidence that X5 and 6 is technically their first Mega Man games, and oh boy, does it show. They definitely have a love for spikes in any game they design, though. Even like the Gunvolt and Copen games are like that. So what we got going on here is we have a tractor beam sort of out of Boomer Kuwanger stage. But when you're in it, spikes retract and you can't get killed by them. The main puzzle here is figuring out how to make the final laser get activated. It took me a while to figure out how you're supposed to do it, despite us getting the power to do it in this very level, because we need to use Argyle and Ugoyle, namely Ugoyle, to activate the laser while Argyle is climbing down the ladder. The part that took me some time to figure out, admittedly, is halfway through this ladder, the laser's going to change position. It's going to move from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. And the thing that took me a while to figure out when it came to that is how you can easily swap Argyle or Ugoyle's position relative to yours while you're just standing still. You just throw a rock bomb in that direction. I don't know why that took me a while to figure out. I was trying like mini jumps, and that theoretically could work, but it's a lot more dangerous because you're surrounded by instant death spikes. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that in any case, honestly. And with that, we're already more or less at the end of the level. There's one more screen left after this, but it's more or less just a giant room that has nothing in it. But before we go to the bottom door, which is where we need to go, we want to go through the top door into this waterfall.
My, fancy meeting someone else here. My name's Peter. Oh, I've done it again. Hey, you. I need you to get rid of some Chabanos. Boy, this is a total mess. There's no way I can handle that many of them if they start getting rowdy.
So in the next room over is a green insect-type enemy known as a Chabano. I want to say they showed up in ZX Original or one of the Zero games before this. The thing is with them is that when they're just walking around, they're completely invincible. But when they are doing jump attacks at you, they are very vulnerable. Thus, they're very weak to just spamming Model A's sub-weapon at them, since they can just get easily targeted while they're in midair. See that? Nice and simple. That's not the only case of them we have to deal with.
Looks like you're not a bad hunter after all. There's something that needs doing. And you look like just the person to do it. A horde of Chabanos has escaped from this area. If you find any green ones on the road, please eliminate them. Can you do that? There couldn't have been more than 50, so get them all. There's a reward if you manage to get all of them. The thing is, the reward you get for doing this is a very good reward. You just get it way too late in the game to ever be really useful. Chabanos are now located in about half of the game stages, and you need to take them all out. If one gets off-screened and despawns, just come back into the room. That'll usually show back up. I don't like this side quest. It's borderline the worst side quest in the game. There's only one I would consider technically worse, and that's just due to the setup involved in it. With that, now we're sort of at the boss fight for the stage. It's more of a mini-boss. We got a giant green tree that we need to get to the center of. Real good way around this, though. Just use Atlas, and have her pellets fire in such a pattern that you can just shoot directly at the core while standing still. Only two attacks this thing has are to wrap you up in its roots to try and shoot a projectile at you that will then return to the crystal, so jump over it, and to shoot woodman leaves up into the sky that will then just rain down right out of Mega Man 2. Not too hard. Atlas takes it out pretty quickly. Kind of a joke in some regards, honestly. And admittedly, it's because the pseudo-roids at the start of the stage, so of course this would just be a mini-boss, and more or less every definition. And with that, we're done with the stage!
Was that the sound of an explosion just now?
No way! The computer! Were you the ones that did it?
That's right. We've entered the final stage of the plan. We don't need to hack anymore. But we couldn't just let you go snooping around in there, looking for information about yourself either. And we can't let you, who beat 5 Mega Men, just retire.
What?
The reason we've kept you alive is all part of the plan. Soon, it will all be over. The destiny of destruction.
Albert, as well as his stupid game, are about to be over. As Albert meets his demise.
The end of Albert? What do you mean? What are you going to do?
I'll tell you when it's all over. Perhaps as you are dying.
We'll meet again.
Wait! Dang! What's happening?
Wait, what? Those two weren't working for Albert? What about the computer? Is there anything left of it?
Oh, man. That's it. There's nothing left.
Don't feel so bad. Even without data, you are very real and you exist in this world. The proof is in the fact that they went to so much trouble to keep you from seeing the data. Let's investigate the data we do have on our own. Send it together with your mission report.
So this stage ended up in a bit of a bummer, but it's ultimately the most dangerous in some regards, but I feel it's the easiest stage to tackle for the way I want to handle the game, because it'll allow me to handle some of the Chabanos as we go now. Some keyword, in fact, very few. In fact, I know 0 of them are in these next 2 levels. But it did allow me to get that life up, which I like getting. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 15, we're going to take on another level or so. See you guys then.